All right. Now having a strong sophomore year, you go to semi-state. You know you got high expectations to junior,
Yes.
but it didn't go as planned.
Right.
Now it's your last year at East Chicago Central High School.
Last year.
Give us a
I came in that season, man, I said that I was going to leave Central High School with no regrets. And to this day, Carl, I have no regrets about what happened at Central High School, what I did here, how hard I played, because I think every time I suited up, man, I knew what it meant to have on the Central High School jersey. I tell my Uncle Carlos, I joke with him all the time. Carlos was the first one to have a Central High School jersey, and I used to admire because Tottenham used to let them bring their uniforms home. They had the men's uniforms, they had the best top of the line of everything. They had the Converses. From that start, from when I was in the 5th, 6th grade, I knew what it was to rock a Central High School jersey, to have Cardinals across your chest, to have East Chicago when you go on the road across your chest. I knew what that meant, and when I came into my senior year, I wasn't going to have any regrets. I played my senior year as hard as I possibly can play. I did everything that I wanted to achieve except getting to that state championship game, and I think we were a game short. We were a game short getting to that senior year. We had a talented team that year. Me and Wayne Jones started at the guards. We had Kuzabi Pa he was an outstanding scorer. Nobody give him his pub, but credibility. He was one of the best scorers to ever come through Central High School. He could score the ball. He led us in scoring our senior year. He averaged about 15 points. I think Wayne averaged about 14-7. I averaged about 14-4. And then we had two juniors that started on our team with Willie Puckett. I know Willie averaged about 12, 13 points, 10 rebounds, and Rashid Woods was thought about being a starter from his freshman year coming to Central because he was one of the biggest kids. We had Carl Franklin coming off the bench. We had a good base, good 6, 7, 8 guys that we can play with, and we competed every game out. Man, we lost 3 games that year. We lost 4 games that year. We lost to Valpo twice, once in the semi-state, once in the regular season. We lost at Luke Wallace in double overtime, and we lost to Gary Westside. But like everybody say, the most memorable moment was the game against Valparaiso, losing to Vice Jew and Tim Bishop.
What happened in the game?
You know what? I didn't have my best of game. With it being my last game, I did not have my best of game. I picked up 2 fouls in the first quarter. One was a charge, and one was me trying to go through a screen. I think if I get to play the first half, I know the game is won at the end, but I think if I play the first half, we can kind of cushion ourselves a little bit where Valpo wasn't so far up on us. Losing myself, going to the bench, we brought in Carl Franklin. Carl Franklin wasn't a scorer. Carl Franklin was an excellent point guard, could get the ball to who he needed to get to, and he was tremendously one of the best on-the-ball defenders we ever had at Central High School. He would lock anybody up from baseline to baseline. That's how Carl Franklin played defense. He would have been an excellent football player if he had played football as well. But in that game, it came down to them executing and making shots, and we didn't. I can remember, and I have not watched the game. I maybe watched the game once since we played the game on tape. I watched it with my son once before, and it had to be a few years ago. But if I can remember vaguely, we had maybe 3 or 4 opportunities to win the game. And the one opportunity they had to win the game, they won the game. The 4 opportunities we had to win the game, we didn't get it done. We had, at the end of regulation, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 1 second to go, you had Willie Puckett at the free throw line. He make one of the 1-on-1 free throw. He make the first one. Ball game. We win. We go to the state championship. They talk about the situation with Rashid Woods missing the dunk. If Rashid, even when he missed the dunk, this is what people don't realize. He missed the dunk. We still got the rebound. They tied us up on the rebound. One referee called the foul. One referee called the jump ball. You know the game and rules of it. You don't overrule a foul call unless the referee stated that he made the jump ball call first before the foul call was made. Still had that opportunity right there. Shiki dunked that knock it down, we go up 4 versus going up 2. Just several different occasions. Jasper Hill go to the free throw line. We have 4 guys fouled out. Myself, Kuzabi fouled out, Wayne Jones fouled out, and Carl Franklin fouled out. So we end up playing with Wayne Jackson on the floor, a lot of sophomores, and Jasper Hill, Marcus Boykins. Those are the guys that end up ending the game for us. And as a senior, that's the only thing I hated about us, the way we ended the ball game. In that situation, us being our senior year, we should have been the guys on the floor to make that final decision. Dorian Hester did a good job playing defense. Tim Bishop just made a great shot over the top of him, man, and that's what won the ball game. That one opportunity they had to win the game, they won.
After that game, a lot of emotion. In the stands, I was there. You know, we want to fight. You know how it is. As a fan perspective, you know, we angry. Give us your perspective as a player in that locker room with those 12 other guys and those coaches.
Inside the locker room, man, it was dead silence. It was dead silence. Kuzabi Powell kind of went off for a while. You know, a little disappointed in the way the game ended, thinking that it could have been something done. And you know what? In that time, at that age, and our maturity level, the first thing we want to say is that we got cheated. That's the first thing we want to say.
Did you?
Back then, I would have said yeah, but now, no. It's just the way the game goes. It's just the way the game goes, girl. I think that's the easiest way. That's the easiest thing for us to say. That's the scapegoat for us to say that we cheated. I try to use that even now in coaching now. I've been coaching for the last 12 years. It's my job as the coach to protect my kids on the court. So that's why I'm always in the referee's ears. I'm going to make sure about all means necessary, you're going to give my kids the same opportunity as you're giving my opponent. Todd fought for us, but that's just the way that the game goes. Sometimes in those situations, our kids have to learn how to fight and continue to fight. And no matter what odds are against me, when we come out victorious, no matter if it's 3-2, no matter how many referees on the court, they're still not going to be better than us. And that's the mentality that we're trying to teach here now. We're going to Indianapolis within the next 2 weeks. And we just left now. Controversial cause. But are you going to quit? You got to keep fighting through that. And we played a rough game at Indianapolis Tech last week and had some questionable calls. In a 1-on-1, the team is in a 1-on-1 in the first 3 minutes of the ball game. They shoot 41 free throws, we shoot 14. We still come out victorious. In the locker room, we tell the guys, look, no matter what happened, no matter how many guys, we still grinded it out. So you can't blame the officials. Coach Miles had a saying when he was here, my first started coaching, is like, bad shot, bad passes loses more games than bad calls by referees. It's a true statement. No matter how many bad calls a referee make, you always give yourself an opportunity to win the ball game at the end. And that's what ended up happening. I think in our Lafayette transition in that game, as a player, we seen all the calls going against us. You couldn't touch Tim Bishop or Bryce Drew without them giving them a foul. That's just how it was. And as a player, we didn't know how to adjust to that. Now, as a coach, I can teach my kids how to adjust to that. This guy is predicted to be an Indiana, Kentucky All-Star. So the referee's looking for that. They know that. So they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. It's just like when Jordan was in the league. Every time he got touched, that same foul that Jordan got, nobody else in the league can get that foul because of who he was. And sometimes that's just how the game goes. And you got to be able to coach your team through that. You got to be able to learn from that. And you adjust to the way the way the game is being called. I think that in that Valparaiso game, it was some questionable calls, true enough. But I think if we were mentally tougher than what we was, we would have been able to deal with it a lot better. I commend A. Brown every year. He tried to get our kids at least 2, 3, 4 Indianapolis schools, so our kids get to experience that. So just in case we get our way back down there in March, it's not a shock to us. It's not a surprise to us. So it's an excellent tool. It's an excellent coaching tool for us.